All right, Henry McClure live. You see in the back of my head right now, this is YouTube. Let me get, I can't see. Trying to get this thing centered. So anyway, we're just going to go with what we got. Now I'm going to go live on Facebook. So stand by, YouTubers. Angus,
Morning, Henry.
good morning. We're going to have a little, you're getting the inside scoop here on Angus while we're getting the Facebook up and going. So we just got done putting up some signs,
We did.
and we need help in some townships, right?
Yes.
And what's our number one thing that we're working on today in the campaign?
Working on finding people in the different townships so that I don't want to ignore anybody in the county. Obviously, Topeka's got the biggest population, but there are other folks out in the county that I'd like to connect with as well.
All right. So YouTube. So this will be our Facebook. Neat. All right, YouTubers, we're gonna basically start over. Oh, here, yeah, just kind of move that microphone over a little.
Okay.
My voice,
I need to scoot closer to the mic.
that's all right.
Okay.
You're fine. Let's make sure we're looking good.
There we go.
Hey, good morning.
Whoa.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you.
I got some of that neuro gum. Henry McClure live. How are you? I'm in the Glass Houses studio today. I've got Angus Tucker.
Morning.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
You bet. My pleasure.
So let's talk about your treasures race. What how's it going?
It's slowly getting there. I'm starting to kind of kick off and get things going.
Well, we put some signs up this morning, and we need to find some people in the townships, right?
Yeah, the 11 townships around Topeka.
And you were telling me on the web, there's really not like
There's not a lot of easily accessible information for, it's kind of hit or miss. Some of the townships have information, some don't. So it's or at least not that I could find. I'm not that tech savvy, so if there's something out there, somebody clue me in and tell me how to get there.
well, I'm gonna do that. I think that's my duty as a county commissioner.
Okay.
So it's not all about District 2.
Right.
For me. It's about Shawnee County.
Right.
And it's really about the city of Topeka more than anything, because the city of Topeka can't pull the county down.
Right.
But anyway, let's talk about you, because I always make it about me.
Okay.
Now, I've known you for a long time from St. David's Church.
Right.
And but tell me a little bit more about what you're doing professionally. I know you have a business, but
right. So about 12 years ago, I got laid off from the bank I was working at, commercial bank, and new president came in, and I was just expensive overhead.
Okay.
So I kind
was he right?
No.
Okay, good.
No, they hired a 20-year-old to come in for half of what they were paying me, and they lost all the institutional
and none of the knowledge.
Right. So because I'd worked with that portfolio for the previous 30 months, and we had cleaned it up from the 15 million that was classified by the examiners to less than $500,000 that was classified. So on a $60 million portfolio, we went from 25% classified, which means they didn't think that we were going to get paid back all the interest and principal, to less than $500,000, so less than 1%.
Go into more detail about your banking background.
So I spent I I started out at Dean Witter. I started out as a stockbroker. I was going to be a stockbroker and make $1 million.
Well, you act like there's something wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
But that was where I got my start. And then I quickly found out as a 22-year-old that folks didn't want to give money to a 22-year-old to invest. So I got into banking on the personal side with a bank called Nations Bank.
Okay.
People probably remember that. And then I switched over to the commercial side and felt like I really kind of hit my stride because I had a mentor when I was in high school that asked me what my job was going to look like, what I wanted my day to look like. And I said, well, I thought about it for a long time, and I came back when we got together, and I said I wanted 75% of my day to be dynamic, means changing.
Okay, so this mentor, let's just take a step back.
Yeah.
Who was it? Where was it? And what was their name?
It was in the Woodlands, Texas.
Woodlands, Texas.
The guy worked for the foundation that basically put the Woodlands together as a master planned community.
Okay.
And he and I connected through. He was in the master swim program while I was still in high school in the AAU program.
Cool.
And yeah, so
you're a swimmer?
I was. Yeah, that was a few pounds ago.
No, that's good.
But yeah,
big guys can get through the water.
Yeah, did it in college, and had a blast.
My daughter's a swimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bianca.
It's a great sport. But so he and I'm sorry, I don't even remember his name.
That's okay.
But I remember the conversation we had, and
you have a homework assignment.
Yeah, remember him. So, but the guy, he said, what do you want your day to look like? And I went away and I started thinking about things, and I knew there was going to always be a certain part of the day. There was always going to be some kind of paperwork involved. There was always going to be some kind of process or something involved. And I wanted that to be, probably as minimal as possible, like 25%. And I wanted 75% of my day to be different, dynamic, changing, something different every single day. And when I got into commercial banking, brother, that was it. 70 every time. I didn't know who was going to come in the door, who I was going to go meet, what kind of person it was going to be or business it was going to be. And I loved that. And so I did that for 20 plus years, with a stint back in the financial services, a time or two.
And you were living in Topeka all this time?
No, this was I started in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
I met my wife. We moved to Seattle, Washington.
Oh, wow.
For 5 years. And so I was a banker and then financial services for a bank up there. And then she had an opportunity to move to Topeka and run the transit service here in town as the CEO.
That's what brought you to Topeka.
That's what brought us to Topeka.
Oh, wow. You know somebody for so long, and then you don't really know them.
You don't know the story.
Yeah, I love the story.
Yeah.
I love the story. I had a girlfriend that said, Henry, you live your life for the story.
Right.
I thought that was the biggest compliment known to man, because I do.
Yeah.
And I've got some great stories.
Well, that part of being that commercial banker was that I liked when people came into the bank to meet with me or talk with me about stuff, but I really liked it when I got out and got to their shop so that they could show me their business and their baby, and just talk about, because that's where you really got to know somebody.
That's what I love about being a commercial broker and a developer.
Yeah.
It's like I like to get to know their business. It's like John Parker with Mainline Printing has been one of my favorite guys in Topeka because of just getting to know the printing business.
Sure.
And his success.
Right.
And he's one of the most interesting guys I know, as far as he can run his whole business off his phone.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah. So tell me.
So we'll fast forward a couple of years.
Okay.
I started a small business consulting firm once I got let go from the bank. And I quickly found out that the people that most could use my help were the ones that could least afford to pay me. So it was not a win-win situation at all.
You're doing community service.
Yeah, at that point.
I've done a lot of that.
It worked out. I was able to help a couple of folks. But then I had an idea to start an executive car service in town, and because there was a need for it. but there was somebody that was doing more of the party bus side of things and doing kind of the executive thing on the side as a sideline. So and so we came in and did the opposite. So we have a strong Christian belief. So we didn't want to do anything with the seedy underside of the business. So we don't do limousines, we don't do strip clubs. We'll take you anywhere you want to go, but we're not going to participate in that.
Oh man, that's noble.
Yeah, well, it's just part of, well, because it's not, my wife and I look at it. It's not our business; it's God's business. He's just letting us run. So
I mean, the other day I had a guy in here, and he wanted to know if I'd help him find real estate for a bar. And I'm not against bars.
sure,
And the bar people are my people.
right,
And I feel more comfortable in a bar than I did that coffee shop that we just went to,
right,
you know. But I said, no, I don't want to do that deal. I just don't want to be that guy anymore.
yeah,
Well, wow, this is cool. So, Susan Duffy's a friend of mine. I've known
right,
her husband. Clark was one of my best friends known to man. And but I learned today the difference between you and Susan more better than ever.
okay,
I mean, it's uh, uh, I would vote for you and intend on voting for you,
thank you,
um, just because of our relationship through St. David's
right,
and just knowing you guys. Your wife is a kick in the head.
yes,
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you look up character in some dictionaries, you see her face. I mean,
yes,
she is beautiful, and you're
absolutely,
lucky.
absolutely. I'm blessed.
Yeah, you're an overachiever.
Yeah, I outkicked my coverage.
Oh man, that's great. So I really see your banking background
Right,
and that as really the what put you, uh, maybe you finished by a nose. Because Susan's got a lot of nice qualities, good
sure,
person, and I look at Susan more of an insider into politics around this place,
right.
and and that's a tough road to hoe.
It is. It is.
I mean, I'm running my whole campaign based on, we need new blood, new thinking.
Right. And this is, and I tell people this is probably the least political position that I could have run for because I'm not creating policy, I'm not setting policy. I'm collecting the taxes from the county and I'm making sure the money's going where it needs to go based on the commissioners and what they approve and not approve, but and then making sure that the books are balanced and everything is supposed to be where it's supposed to be.
And,
So it's really more of a bank. I'm going to be the county banker and making sure where all the money's going for the taxpayers. And
so,
that to me is more that's more important when and especially in lean times. I mean, interest rates have gone up. You want somebody that is going to be conservative and knows where the money is and knows how to make it balance.
man, there it is, right there. So, you know, and you don't have to address this issue or not.
Sure.
You don't have to, but I personally, as a county commissioner, have issues with the way the treasurer, the county commissioners, and the county councilors have done certain things as it regards to um, when we foreclose on real estate and auction it off.
Right.
And state law says 1 year for vacant land, 2 years for commercial building, and 3 years for homestead.
Right.
And I want to make sure that the the county commissioners and the county counselor are just doing following your orders.
Right.
I want the treasurer, because you've got to really have the blindfold of justice.
Well, I think what you're trying to say is that everybody should be treated equally. Everybody
Even
should be
playing
treated the
field,
same,
baby.
even playing field. And that's the way I intend to run that office. Is that there's no If somebody, I mean, because I know if I hadn't paid my real estate taxes, my house is going up for auction. So everybody has the same, especially if you have the ability to pay those taxes. So
Well, and
that's
I don't think there's anything more important than collecting
right,
for the treasury what we owe
right,
or what is owed.
right,
And I don't think 100% of it doesn't have to be your duty.
right,
But I want you to call the shots.
right,
I want you to say, I mean, we just really need to get a system up. Even if we turn over vacant lots every year, online auction, but we got to collect what's owed.
right. Agreed.
All right. Well, so I hope we get a chance to work together.
Me too.
That'd be fun.
It would be.
That would really be fun. Okay, so anything you want to say? What do we need? Do we need some money?
I would appreciate any contributions that come in. Because right now I'm funding it out of my pocket, so I'm bootstrapping my campaign.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
So it's any donations would be appreciated.
How much did
Uh,
Susan have in her war chest at the turn?
I have no idea. I didn't even look at
I'll
the,
look it up.
I didn't even look at
Or
the
maybe it doesn't
reports.
matter.
Yeah, it's
I'm down $18,000.
okay.
The cook has got 18 grand more than me. But so I'm trying to, if I can beat him with less than, what if I didn't put any into it?
Right.
Then I'd be the smarter guy because why should I ask for campaigns when I'm trying to cut your expenses?
Right. Yeah, it's I will. I'm running a slim, lean campaign, so I'm not doing a lot of extraneous stuff. Um, so I'm not buying 1,000 yard signs and going to blanket Topeka because there's more than just Topeka. It's the whole county.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger than when Janlin ran 4 years ago for District 55. So we're having to. I can take some of the wisdom from her campaign and hopefully transfer it to the county. But it's I'm just not going to be able to knock on 70,000 doors before the.
Are
before the
you
campaign.
using Numenar?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you all about it off camera.
Okay.
But it's a program for candidates. So who do we make checks to?
Tucker for treasurer, just like it says on the sign.
Okay. And so if we got some people that would like to contribute, I'll accept donations here at the office and
Thank
we'll
you.
make sure they get in the hands here at the Glass Houses studio. Anything you want to say? Was this okay? Did you have a
Absolutely.
good interview?
This is great.
I
This is
liked
great.
this.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of fun interviewing people.
absolutely.
It was really nice. I had Joan Wagnon in the office,
Okay.
and
She's the treasurer for my. Uh,
for Susan,
Yeah,
yeah, they're
yeah.
old friends.
Yeah.
They're good people,
Sure.
and that's the trouble sometimes in politics is, it's like Tyler Weibel and Patrick Schmidt. They're both good guys.
Right.
Tyler doesn't want to expand Medicaid, so I think that's why I'm going to vote for Tyler. But Patrick is a good guy.
Right.
Just on his own. Called him the other day. We were talking. I go, well, where are you? And he goes, I'm in the Pentagon. He's still with the Navy.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you for making time for me.
Certainly.
And so let's get we need a little money to help get this thing going on to create an even playing field between Susan and Angus. And you know what I think what we really need to do is I think I need to buy a kilt and we'll go to war in our kilts.
Okay. I've got mine hanging
I
up
know
now.
he's got one because I am a Highlander.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much. All right.
Thanks, Henry.
Henry McClure live in the Glass Houses studio. If you'd like to come in and make a podcast, you know the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, YouTubers. We love you.